thought it was a tale of two halves. I thought we did execute the game plan. I'm sure AJ will speak on it more than I. She probably has a better idea than I do, but I thought we executed the game plan the first half, and then in the second half we didn't. I didn't think we came out with much punch in the second half. I don't know what that's attributed to, but I thought we played really hard. I think we're playing hard. Clearly, with our numbers, we've got a lot of kids playing a lot of minutes, but I thought we battled, and I don't know if fatigue took a part in our defense. They were able to shoot 25 free throws. We shot 12. That's an 8-point difference. It's a 12-point game, so that's an impressive number. But they hurt us on the glass too, and we couldn't even get anything going from the outside clearly, other than this young lady right here to my right. And I thought we played hard. I just didn't think we had it cooking.
Looks like the whole game though came down to 16-8 on you, and offensive rebounds that leads to a 15-8 edge on the second chance points, and then they scored points off of your turnovers, and you just didn't get as many off of theirs.
Yeah, but if you look at these numbers right here, field goal attempts, we had 2 more. They had 2 more field goals than we did. 2 more field goals, and that's layups, and then they had 8 more free throws. So because they were either shooting a layup or a free throw. We were the same from the 3-point line. We shot 3 more than they did. Now they hurt us on the glass, but that all depends on what the number is. They had 3 more assists, but we had one less turnover. They had 7 steals. We had 8 steals. It's basically 2 layups and 8 free throws, regardless of what the other numbers, say. And that's how I determine it. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's the way I look at it. But I think that those layups and some of the free throws were because of our lack of attention to detail in the second half.
Well, terrific. It seemed like your all's help side was really energetic and got them out of sorts early in the second half. I mean, Sims was just driving wherever she wanted to, and whether she ended up going to the foul line or was able to kick out after a couple trips like that, it seemed like she really set the tone early in the second half with that. Yeah, and our numbers are funky, so we're moving. We played Chelsea and Chica a lot together today, and so we kind of maneuvered lineups a little bit. And some of that's due to that, but when she wants to get to the paint, there's not much stopping her getting to the paint. And either she's aggressive and she has a good night because she gets to the free throw line, or she doesn't have a good night because she doesn't get to the free throw line. Today she got to the free throw line, and she was the same from the free throw line as our team was. So, I mean, she was pretty aggressive and pretty good at it today, apparently. AJ, could you all sense that out on the court? I mean, the first half she didn't. I think she had 2 free throws and that was it. And then the second half, I think she went to the line 4 times before the first media timeout.
Yeah, we just stopped. We just stopped executing what we were supposed to do. Stopped pinning, and she just kept going. Didn't stop.
Do you feel like they have good enough shooters that whenever she's able to, when you focus so much on her and trying to stop her because she is strong but she's also athletic, that you leave some of those shooters open outside?
Well, if you look at the shoot, they shot 5 of 19, so they shot 26% from the 3, but it's the right shooter in the right spot. Miner 32 had 3 of those 5, so they just hit us where it hurt. When we're trying to, and a rotation's bad or whatever. But that's going to happen. The lack of attention to detail, that's the part that bothers me. But it's the time of year that you are who you are, and you just got to line up and play. And I thought they out-toughed us in the second half. I thought we played hard, just not hard enough. I thought we executed some, just not enough. And I think it was the difference in the ballgame from one half to the next.
I feel like they sort of built that momentum right before the end of the half, because you all, I think, jumped out by 8 after an AJ 3, and they went on a run to tie before, or what we thought was a tie before the shot at the end to put you on through.
We had foul trouble. Asia had 2, and we were sitting Chica, and we were into our bench pretty good. And then they went on a stretch in that comeback where we turned it over 3 times, bang, bang, bang. Kiana turned it over 3 times in a row. And then they, in the second half, it was like a 21-3 run or something like that. Jason was telling me that we just couldn't stop the bleeding. And then when we get behind, we start trying to hit home runs. Well, we don't have any home run hitters. We just need to field the ball and get back the ball. And we talk about chopping wood. We don't talk about chopping trees or forest. just whatever's in front of you, just, just take care of the next play. And then we try to get it all back in one play, and you can't ever do that, so. It's unfortunate. ODU's a good team. We can play with ODU. We've proven that, on the road. We've proven that both years in a row. Last year was a good game there, but they got some production out of some people they don't typically get either. And that's how you win games this time of year, is somebody steps up that doesn't typically, because typically you know what's coming from the other roster.
Mackenzie 0 for 7 from 3. I know she's having to play a lot of point there with Norisha out. Is it maybe too much for her to do both well?
It's hard. I think it's hard, and Jenny Sims is transferred from West Virginia, boys. I mean, she's a Big 12 player. So it's, Mackenzie only had 2 turnovers in 38 minutes. When I was playing, they gave me 1 every 15 minutes. So I could have, what is that math? I could have two a night. And she did it against Big 12 competition. Mackenzie did fine. I'm sure she's fatigued a little bit. AJ helped her, moved her off the ball a little bit, and we throw the ball to Leah some and let her bring it up. But we got to do a better job taking care of it. We had 5 turnovers in the first half and 11 in the second half, and try to get a ball back in single plays, and you just can't do that.
Yeah, you had a stretch there with 4 turnovers in like 3 minutes or something, plus 2 for 13 stretch.
Typically happens when we're not letting the ball change sides of the floor. We're trying to drive it off and throw it and score it. Drive it off and throw it and score it. And that's, this is high major college basketball at a pretty big time level. You're talking about 2 teams that are fighting for postseason play. This is not bottom rung basketball. And it's unfortunate. But I thought we played pretty hard. I think we're playing with everything we got. It just wasn't enough in the second half.
How much do those runs start to happen whenever, I thought this was one of the more difficult games as far as finishing around the rim that you all had that I've seen, especially here. And how much does that creep into your old head, AJ, on the court whenever you see that, okay, if your shot's not falling, you can get to the rim and make something happen well. When that's not working, do you all sort of tighten up a little bit?
I'm glad you asked her. Don't bait me on that.
Yeah, I just feel like, our coach told us a couple of days ago that when things don't go our way on defense, we everybody tends to say, oh, I'm going to get a bucket for us instead of we're going to get a good shot. So I just think that we just need to move the ball a little bit more when we're not when they go on runs, and we'll be all right.
AJ, senior day coming up Saturday. This tournament starts Saturday for you guys.
It's going to feel like it.
Same thing, Coach. You obviously like to go in the tournament with a little momentum coming out of the last home game.
Yeah, there's different ways you go. Look, I'm gonna spin it. Whatever happens. It's a good Charlotte team. They got a local kid in Griffin Dempsey that's gonna try to come in here and go nuts, I'm sure. And I don't blame her for that. They beat us there, and then we beat them here last year. That they certainly haven't forgotten. But I just want to play the next play. I'm not worried about momentum. Momentum will take care of itself if you do what you're supposed to do, if you'll prepare, and then you'll execute your preparation. Then you get to do all the celebrating. But, I'm not losing perspective of where we are and what we're doing and what we're up against and the things that we're asking these kids to do, especially this late in the year when you lose a point guard that plays 40 minutes. She's playing as many minutes as anybody in the league. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And does that take the wind out of your sails? It's a gust, but it doesn't sink the ship by any stretch. We're all in the same boat, and we're all in it together, and we just got to keep plugging. Keep plugging.
Last time y'all were faced with a tough home loss, y'all bounced back and be a pretty good UAB team. Is that one of the beauties of this team, is its resiliency in this Thursday, Saturday format?
I was telling Beatrice, I can't remember if it was this morning. I'm really proud of this team's resiliency. We were talking on the phone, make sure officials got here and everybody was in, and I'm really proud of this team's resiliency. Now, UAB was the hottest team in the league then, and I think ODU is now. As they came in today, they were on a 3-game win streak. But Charlotte is dangerous too. It's one thing to do it one game, it's another thing to do it over a period of time. So we'll see. We'll see. That's the. If you want to talk about momentum, we were 12-0 at home when leading at the half. Now we're 12-1. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not going to lose sight of that. But it's on to Charlotte.
Thanks.